Welcome to the Voices of Florida House District 14, Love Thy Neighborhood, the podcast where your story matters. I'm Therese V. Wakefield-Gamble, a lifelong Jacksonville resident, educator, advocate, entrepreneur, and your 2026 candidate for Florida House District 14. This podcast is more than just conversations. It is a movement. From kitchen tables to corner stores, from neighborhood meetings to City Hall, and all the way to the Florida State Capitol. We're bringing together voices from every block, every precinct, every walk of life. From Sherwood Forest and Moncrief to Norwood and Brentwood, Lake Forest and Grand Park, Cedar Hills and Hyde Park, Arlington and Fort Caroline, Southside Estates, Ocean Way and Turtle Creek, Oakleaf, Normandy, and Crystal Springs. Your stories lead the way. And of course, we shine light on our historic districts: Springfield, Eastside, Durkeeville, San Marco, downtown near the stadium, and Merle Avenue. Communities rich with culture, struggle, and legacy. Whether you're a business owner, a teacher, a student, a faith leader, a frontline worker, or a grandma with decades of wisdom, this is your mic, your moment, and your neighborhood. So get comfortable, get inspired, and most importantly, get involved. Let's build Florida House District 14 together. Paid for by Therese V. Wakefield-Gamble, Democrat for Florida State House District 14. Produced by CRPC Now Media. Powered by Concierge Resource Professional Consultants, LLC. Therese V. Wakefield-Gamble is a proud Jacksonville native, educator, nonprofit leader, entrepreneur, inspiring author, and faith-based community advocate who is running to represent Florida House District 14 in the 2026 election on August 18, 2026. Her life's work has been dedicated to empowering neighborhoods, fighting for equity, and revisiting the very blocks and families that raised her. Born into a legacy of resilience, faith, and hard work, Therese is the proud granddaughter of her late maternal grandfather, Robert D. Laster Sr., a black farmer from Americus, Georgia, and her late paternal grandfather, Reverend Theodore Roosevelt Wakefield, a revered African Methodist Episcopal minister and community leader. Both the Laster and Wakefield families, her maternal and paternal grandparents and parents, grew up and was raised along the family of the late 39th President Jimmy Carter and First Lady Rosalind Carter in Plains and Americus, Georgia. Their family's bond extended over generations, celebrated through family reunions and shared community ties for decades. At the same time, Therese's late mother, Roxy L. Laster Wakefield, co-owner of the Swan Barbecue in Jacksonville historic Newtown neighborhood in the early 70s, where Therese is the third oldest of four children that was born and raised into the spirit of entrepreneurship, service, and leadership. Roxy served her community faithfully as a domestic worker, a Sunday school teacher, a missionary, a small businesswoman, a seamstress, and a baker. Alongside Therese's late father, Franklin R. Wakefield, a 45-year union worker with the International Longshoremen Association Local 1408, as well as being a steward and trustee of Greater Grant Memorial AME Church and civic leader. Therese's life is deeply rooted in generational service to the African Methodist Episcopal AME Church. She descends from a long line of AME stewards, trustees, ministers, and faith leaders, including her grandfather, the late Reverend Theodore Roosevelt Wakefield Sr., her late father, Franklin Wakefield, her late mother, Roxy L. Wakefield, her late uncle, Reverend Theodore Wakefield Jr., and her aunt, the late Daisy King, and Uncle Willie Wakefield. Today, Therese proudly continues their legacy of leadership, faith, and community empowerment. Therese is a graduate of Ed White High School in Jacksonville, Florida from Duval County Public Schools, Florida State College of Jacksonville, and Edward Waters University, also known as Edward Waters College, where she graduated magna cum laude. She holds a dual master's degree and an executive master's in business administration and a master's in education specializing in instructional technology. And she is currently completing her dual doctorate of education at National University in trauma-informed practices and social-emotional learning, with an anticipated graduation in fall of 2025. Since 2021, Therese has remained on the National University's Dean list, honored for maintaining a 3.89 plus grade point average, an achievement she upheld despite surviving 3 brain surgeries within 120 days without suffering a stroke or a heart attack, supported steadfastly by her husband, Ernest Gamble Sr. Therese is a proud member of the National Society of Leadership and Success, Kappa Delta Pi International Honor Society in Education, Omega Nu Lambda Honor Society for online students. She has a rich background as an educator teaching in K-12 public and private schools in Jacksonville, Florida, and leading professional development trainings for trauma-informed education and social-emotional learning across multiple sectors. Her voice extends globally through her international speaking engagements, media appearances, and publications on trauma resilience, financial literacy, minority entrepreneurship, and community leadership. Therese is married to her lifelong partner, Ernest Gamble Sr., for 35 years, soon to be 36 years on July 22, 2025. Ernest Gamble Sr. is a white-collar banking professional, Head Start substitute teacher with the Jacksonville Urban League and Duval County School Boards, a blue-collar industrial expert, and a 12-year union worker with the International Longshoremen Association Local 1408, a faith-based community leader, a percussionist, and an inspiring author. Therese is a mother of 2 married sons and a proud grandmother of 3 grandchildren. Ernest has faithfully served as licensed deacon in various ministries. Together, Therese and Ernest have always embraced servant leadership over titles, living a life rooted in faith and action and not recognition. They co-founded the Motivational Marketplace Mobile Outreach Ministry during the pandemic in 2019, a spirit-led hybrid of Bible plus business based on the 7 mountains of influence, according to Daniel 2:44 and 45, offering street witnessing, youth ministry, and choir leadership, Sunday school, drama ministry, Christian education, stewardship, homeless outreach, sick and shut-in ministry, marketplace discipleship, conference hosting, and entrepreneurship mentorship, building faith-based partnerships and civic partnerships throughout Jacksonville and beyond. Therese and Ernest are currently attending Christian Leadership Institute online on the path to becoming certified life coach ministers that is matriculating toward being licensed kingdom chaplains to extend their impact throughout community-based faith leadership. Professionally, Therese is the founder and chief administrative officer of Concierge Resource Professional Consultants, LLC, also known as CRPC Now, a Jacksonville small emergence business certified firm specializing in trauma-informed care consulting, mental health awareness education, social-emotional learning, and small business mentorship, just to name a few. CRPC Now is also the official partner with Kiva Crowdfunding, where we are connecting minority-owned business owners to non-traditional capital and growth opportunities. CRPC Now Media is her media company of broadcasting and streaming media on several national platforms where not only her voice is heard, but she elevates those unsung heroes and voices as well. Her political and civic leadership includes founder and chairman of Putting People and Community First Political Action Committee, advocating for key community-centered issues affecting residents of Florida House District and the state of Florida, candidate for the Florida House District 2026, and a former candidate for Florida House District 14 in 2024, chapter president of Duval Democratic Environmental Caucus that was recently relaunched October 2024, standing committee member of the Duval Democratic Party, as well as a member of the Democratic Organization Committee and Legislative Affairs and Platform Committee, member of the Duval Democratic Black Caucus, member of the Democratic Information Women's Network Region 5, Legislative Affairs Advocate for the Democratic Women's Club of Florida, Legislative Affairs Advocate fighting for progressive reform across education, healthcare, economy, environment, and civil rights. Therese campaign for Florida House District 14 is rooted in bold advocacy, protecting voting rights and election access, investing in public education and raising teacher pay, expanding healthcare and maternal health equity, advancing affordable housing and tenant protections, championing workforce development and small business growth, promoting environmental protections and sustainability for clean air, water, and soil, pursuing criminal justice reform grounded in community healing. Therese believes that true leadership means real investments back into the communities, especially historically marginalized neighborhoods. Therese's campaign message is simple, bold, and urgent. From the neighborhood, for the neighborhood. Therese V. Wakefield-Gamble is ready to lead, ready to serve, and ready to honor the generations who came before her by building a just, inclusive, and thriving future for all families in Florida House District 14 and beyond in Jacksonville, Florida. Learn more and join the movement at votethereseforflorida.com. That's VOTETHERESEFORFL.com. Thank you for listening to Voices of Florida House District 14. Love thy neighborhood. If you felt seen, heard, or inspired, share this episode, subscribe to our podcast, and spread the word across our district and beyond. From Durkeeville to Dunn Avenue, from East Side to Edgewood, from Springfield to San Marco, and across every street near the stadium downtown. We are building power, one voice at a time. Don't forget to sign the petition to get me on the 2026 ballot and donate $26 today to keep this campaign for the people, powered by the people. Schedule your story session, stay connected on social media, and join our volunteer team, digitally or in person, because change starts with us, right here, right now, right on your block. Until next time, love your neighbor, lift your voice, and let's fight for the future we all deserve. Paid for by Therese V. Wakefield-Gamble, Democrat for Florida House District 14, produced by CRPC Now Media, powered by Concierge Resource Professional Consultants, LLC.